Front Row MMA here at UCFC with the heavyweight legends champion, Ian Freeman. Ian, just before we went on camera, I was saying I haven't seen you that G'd up for a win. I mean, you've done some white-collar stuff in the past, but not since Mir have I seen you that in the cage. How important was this fight?
Very important. It's 5 years out of the cage. You know, my last fight was in 2008 against Paul Cahoon. Obviously, I'm 5 years older, a 46-year-old. Some rumours, you know, going around saying I'm too old, I shouldn't be doing it, I've had too long off, so there was a lot on my shoulders, and I just wanted to prove to everybody that I can do it. That's why I went to the best camp I could think of.
And, you know, you had the replacement. We'll talk about Shamrock in a minute, but Ricco Rodriguez steps up. You know, as you said in the cage, this guy's a legend. He's been around. He's old school like you. You know, how did that change your game plan going into this fight?
It didn't change my game plan. Obviously, it upset me a little bit because I knew I had a harder fight. I mean, Shamrock's, I think, would have been a walkover. You know, as it's just proven, I've just beaten one of the best in the world in 2 minutes. Shamrock, I think, would have lasted 2 seconds, you know. But the reason I wanted to fight Shamrock is because we have history, and if you don't know the history by now, you never will. You know, we've got history. So, you know, when he didn't fight me and Ricco stepped up, I was pleased that Ricco stepped up, but obviously I knew it was a harder fight. But nothing changed in the way of how I was going to prepare for the fight, because I was going to prepare for Shamrock as if he was the best in the world, because I wanted to humiliate him. I didn't want to beat him, I wanted to humiliate him.
You know, with Shamrock pulling out and dropping out, and we will move on to how you performed in a second, but, you know, is that a fight now that, as far as you're concerned, is in the radar, don't care, or would you still relish the opportunity to put your fist on his face?
I'm never going to give him the opportunity. Never. Never. Unless there's, like, you know, 6 figures. Yeah. You know, lots of zeros on the end of the pound sign, then yes, I'll do it. But other than that, no. You know,
he lost his chance.
He's blew it. He's never again.
You landed some vicious leg kicks. He followed him to the ground and pounded him out within 2 minutes. Again, would you want a little more cage time after 5 minutes, 5 years out of the cage, or is that the type of performance you wanted to give?
Hell, man, that's the best performance there is, isn't it? Why the hell should I go 15 minutes? You know what I mean? Fuck.
I guess you don't need the cage time, as it were.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I trained for a 15-minute fight. You know, these guys put me through hell. They shark tanked me. I mean, Phil de Vries, heavyweight, UK #1, beat the crap out of me. You know, James Mulheron, who British champion, Intercontinental champion, beat the crap out of me. Richie Knox, unbeaten, you know, world-class BJJ and Thai boxer, beat the crap out of me. And I had them 3 guys doing the shark tank on me, and, you know, it was horrible. To be honest, I got depressed after it happened. I got that depressed. I wanted to do it again the following day. Obviously, you know, they advised me not to do it because they just picked the crap out of me again. But that's the kind of pressure I was putting myself through. And let's not forget, Jack Lovett, my strength and conditioning coach from Spartan Performance, I'd never done strength and conditioning in my life. I'd heard about it, you know, but 5 years ago, you know, there's people talking about it and doing it, but it wasn't on every street corner like it is now. And some of my students have gone to Jack and, you know, they're getting good gains out of it. So when I got this fight opportunity, I thought, I'm going to try it and see what it's all about, you know. It's one of them love-hate relationships. You know, you love doing it, but you hate it when you're finished.
What motivates, you know, again, legend is not an unfair statement when it comes to your career. What motivates you to want to get back in, put yourself through those camps? And does that mean you'll be defending this maybe at least once?
Well, let me have a pint first.
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2, yeah. One fight at a time. But I don't know, I don't think a fighter ever retires, you know, unless you're a bad fighter. You know, a good fighter just wants to keep on going. You know, there's something inside a body, something inside your mind that tells you that you can still do it. Or if you can't do it, you want to prove to yourself that you can still do it. Some people want to fight even if they lose. They just want to prove to themselves that they can still get in and do it. I felt, due to the way I was training, although 14 weeks ago my training was absolutely abysmal, you know, compared to where it is now. But I still thought then, I've still got what it takes, you know. Like I say, the Shamrock fight came available. I thought, why not? Let's do it. We've got history. Let's fight. He pulled out. Ricco come up, and I thought, well, I've been training for 10 weeks. I'm not going to blow it. So, you know, I took the Ricco fight, and obviously I'm pleased I did now.
Well, it was a dominating performance. I mean, it was the Ian Freeman of 10 years ago, 15 years ago. He's never gone away.
He's never been dominated like that ever.
No,
have you ever seen him go out like that?
Not in 2 minutes.
No, never have.
And again, you must be incredibly happy with your performance. The emotion in the cage was there for all to see. Before we let you go, is there anybody you want to shout out to, anybody you'd like to thank, any sponsors?
Well, yes, obviously. I mean, there's a lot of people I want to thank. The guys I've just mentioned, Richie Knox, my training partner, Phil de Vries, training partner, James Mulheron, training partner, my strength and conditioning coach, Jack Lovett from Spartan Performance. All the guys at all the clubs that I've trained at, North East Valley Turo, Machine MMA, you know, the Richie Knox Valley Turo, they've all put me through it, everybody. But you know, my sponsors, who are Fighters Only magazine, Bad Boy UK, they've helped me out a lot. Neil Johnson from Genetic Supplements, you know, they've all helped me. But the biggest person I really want to thank, and I keep saying this, and it sounds a little bit sloppy and a little bit crawly, but my wife. You know, she's there for me all the time. She even comes to my strength and conditioning classes and pushes me, you know. So she's there, she knows what it's like. She works out herself, she does MMA, she doesn't compete, but she does it all. She knows what it's like, she knows what it's like to, you know, to get ready, and without her I just couldn't do it. I've got a good family, and a good team behind me, and I want to thank every single person.
Ian Freeman, it's been a pleasure, and it's been a pleasure to actually see you fight live in a full pro MMA fight, because some of our generation will never get to do it again. We hope to see you defend that title, and awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.